Welcome back. The Mid-Region Metropolitan Planning Organization is responsible for transportation planning here in the Albuquerque metro area. Recently, they've been following traffic patterns since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. I spoke with Nathan Masick, the senior transportation planner, to find out more about these COVID traffic patterns and how the pandemic is affecting our day-to-day commutes. Nathan Masick is joining us this morning. He is a senior transportation planner with the Mid-Region Metropolitan Planning Organization. Nathan, great to have you
Good
with us.
morning.
Good morning. So right now off the bat, this is something very complex that's happening with what the pandemic that we're all going through. The organization right there, following the traffic patterns since the program began with COVID, how are you guys able to do this?
Well, we have an ongoing traffic monitoring program that's been in place for over 30 years. Many of you guys may notice the black tubes that you see across the road. That's part of our program. We have other advanced technologies for collecting traffic vehicle counts. We count about 1,000 locations a year on a 3-year cycle. And this information is used for transportation planning. We also generate an annual traffic flow map. So from this, we develop roadway trends, volume trends by area, river crossing volumes, all that sort of stuff. And we report that to the agencies here, to the state, and to the Federal Highway Administration.
And it's very, very interesting. And obviously right now with a lot more people staying home, it's affecting the patterns like never before. What's some of the most interesting things that you guys are seeing right now?
Right. Well, what we did early on in March, when we saw that the COVID was taking place at March 16th, I recall it was when APS shut down. My kids are in school, so that was notable to me. The following week, I immediately retooled the program and identified about 150 locations across the area to establish a monitoring mechanism so that we would know exactly what's happening in terms of volume. Some of the changes we've seen, as I mentioned, we're counting on a periodic cycle. So we count these 156 locations about every 3 months. That's how long it takes. And we're into cycle 3 now. Immediately, right off the bat, that first 3 months, we saw about a 33% reduction across the board, reduction in traffic volume. Tremendous, tremendous drop, as we've all noticed.
Wow. Now, long term, Nathan, let's talk about how this is going to be affecting, how people work and move about the region.
Yes, well, one of the strong patterns that we noticed was that the varied reductions, are really associated more significantly in areas of activity centers or employment. Concentrations in the downtown, Journal Center, Coors Corridor, Cottonwood, up in Rio Rancho. The significant reductions are really tied to where the areas of activity and employment are. And so longer term, from a transportation planning standpoint, we're realizing that this is a jobs housing balance issue as well as an employment issue. And we suspect that a lot of people are working from home and telecommuting and with flexible work hours, and hence these reductions. So we can use these strategies that are being thrust upon us now in our transportation policy so that we can develop local policies by agencies that encourage people to not take these trips and minimize trips as necessary. And that can result in reduced congestion, increased safety, things like that.
Wow. Real quick here, Nathan, how long do you guys plan on monitoring the COVID traffic volumes?
Well, particular to the COVID traffic volumes, I mentioned earlier that I'm doing a periodic counting. I'm in cycle 3 right now. I'm noticing that the volumes, I don't have finalized results, but the preliminary numbers that I've seen thus far are that we seem to be in a holding pattern now. From the cycle 2 to cycle 3, the volumes are about the same. So this emergence of a new normal is something that I'm starting to see, but I'm going to continue to monitor the data to see what's happening.
Nathan Masick, thank you for joining us this morning with some valuable information of how we're being affected by traffic in the metro area here.
Thank you.